Hello, recorders. I'm reporting to you live from LA Comic-Con 2021. It's been amazing coming back to this show, and it's recording time!
We can do it after.
We'll do it after.
What are you going to do after?
First
Whatever
question.
we want.
Yes.
Where's
How many
Craig?
people knew you're alive?
Where's Craig from Krypton site?
Yeah, where's Craig?
Where are
Craig?
you?
Krypton site? Where is he? He wrote
I
about
know
us for
he's here.
years on
To
Smallville.
the
Where
left.
is he? Craig?
He's here.
I'm giving you a shout out to Craig.
Wherever you
Krypton
are, I
site.
can't see you. Hi, guys.
There he is over there.
Craig! What's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Thanks for all your years of writing about Smallville and supporting us. Appreciate it.
He should be up here.
Yeah. He knows everything.
We'll let him lay in the floor here. Spread eagle. So when Alan Miles talked about the show, they said it was really a story of two families. We have a father and son and two cousins on stage here. And I want to know what that meant for you in terms of your performances in these roles and also off screen as you guys got to bond over the years.
It was amazing.
Fantastic.
Terrific.
Incredible.
Go ahead, John.
In a nutshell.
Well, I will say this, that the Luther family, especially Dad, definitely came out of the gates really strong. And when John started playing Lionel, I remember the writers and the creators being like, oh, wait a second. Let's pull this out even further. And you just nailed it out of the park, so we got to see a lot more of you, which was great.
Yeah. Thanks.
I was really intimidated by John Glover when I first worked with him. In the pilot, I thought you didn't like me.
I didn't.
Well, there you have it. I knew it. I knew it.
But I've grown to love you, son.
Yes.
And welcome to the Luther family
Reunion!
therapy session.
It is. It's a therapy session.
Michael, do you have anxiety?
No. Right now? Right now I have anxiety. Who gets anxiety? Raise your hand. Come on. Yeah, exactly. What are we doing at a Comic-Con then? This is the most anxiety you can get. Well, I appreciate that. I'm here to see you too. I love you. I love you all. It's great. Yeah, we're excited. But it was fantastic working with John. It gave another, what do you call
Dimension.
it? Dimension to Smallville.
Depth.
Depth. You had the Loveridge
Character.
family, the Kent family, and you had the Dark family, and you're like, what would have happened if Mr. Kent was my father?
Conflict.
Conflict. Things would have been different. I would have been good. If Clark didn't lie to me, I would have been good. All right.
No wonder you have anxiety. No wonder you have anxiety.
Yeah, well. Byron, what's your next question?
Wait, John was going to say something.
I was just saying that the two of them are like George and Gracie. You're too young, right?
I remember George and Gracie. Night, Gracie.
Yeah. Hey, George.
Sir, I just want you to know that you have the cap on your lens. It looks. No, you don't.
If everybody can look at the sign language guy for just a second, I'm going to show you something very fun.
No.
Diarrhea. Diarrhea. Explosive. Diarrhea. Thank you. Give it up for my man over
You
here.
got a good sense of humor. So, from a craft perspective, we've all seen productions, whether the independent to big budget things, where an actor just doesn't grab the character. They don't link up. And what was so magical about all of you is you came to embody these roles really well. And from a process standpoint, I'd love to hear about some things that made that important. I'd like to start with Michael, because he has a great story about one time he tried to just wear some tennis shoes as Lex.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love you! I feel like Rocky. Remember Rocky's like, I love you, Stu! Adrian! I just want to say one thing to my wife! Sorry. But, I was nervous about playing the role. I'm kind of a goofball, and when I got the role, they shaved my head immediately. I put on a suit. I never wear a suit. Look at me. Bruce Campbell was just making fun of my outfit. He's like, you don't dress up for your fans? But I remember wearing tennis shoes one time because I wanted to be comfortable on set, and I could not play Lex. I just couldn't take it serious. I couldn't get into the character because I had tennis shoes on. So it was just a tough character to play, to deliver those lines, to shave your head every day. But in working with these guys, though, it made it a lot easier. And you know,
Well, you sure made it look easy.
well, thanks, Tom.
Yeah, you sort of became Lex around. And I used to get really mad at him because he was effing around on the set and stuff. But finally, I realized that he was doing that on purpose because that was what Lex did to Daddy. So I realized his genius, you see.
I was trying to annoy you.
Yeah, and
Pretty-
it
it's
worked.
pretty easy.
That's
But
why it was real.
Yeah, you were a great teacher, though. Do you remember the one time we're doing a scene in the season finale of season 1 or 2, and there's like a tornado, and there's things flying around, and I'm getting really upset, and I start walking around the mansion, and I throw books off the shelf, but I can't get my lines out. And I'm like, shit.
Shh, they're children here.
Shite. And he stopped me. I said, I need a few minutes, and he stopped me, and he came over and says, Michael, are you listening to what I'm saying? And I said, no, I'm not. And he goes, well, just try to listen. And I listened, and the next take was perfect. Because you had a good coach here. Sometimes you just forget the little things. So thank you, John Glover.
And I don't remember.
Well, I'll follow up real quick. Michael was a great teacher for me as well, including the whole cast. And we did a take, and Clark ran into Lex's library, always just somehow bypass security. Came in, and I said all this stuff to Lex, probably about Lana and where she is. And I get right in his face, and I finish what I'm saying, and he goes, do that again. I go, what? And he goes, just do that again. That didn't sound good. Do it again. So I said it all again. They're like, cut, great, moving on. Because we worked together enough that he was just like, you can do better than that. So, and you need that from a good working partner.
And he would do that for me too. I think we did that, you know. It was great. Laura?
I was in your first episode. I remember you
were.
on the.
You always talk about this story.
On the bench,
Yeah.
and she
Oh, God.
and Clark was trying to tell her how he did that, and then she started doing that, and it changed it totally. She got it right away. It was very sensual. I would say sexual, but I know that there are children here.
So I think you're referring to when I was on the table.
I think that was for you, wasn't it?
No, it was Tom.
Oh, Tom.
Yes.
Don't you love Tom? I mean, don't you love Laura? Oh, Laura!
What? Did you just say I love your children? What? Oh, you love Tom's children? Oh, cool. Thanks.
So Laura, this next question is for you. You're coming onto a show that is very popular, but you also have, it's a 20-plus episode season, so you're literally jumping into a marathon.
22.
What helped you find your rhythm on the show? And what is one thing looking back on that season of your introduction that you really are proud of?
So Tom just said 22. Was it 22? 22. So I joined season 7. It was already a huge show. I was already a fan. I was terrified. I convinced I was going to get fired. So I did everything. Wait, what? Michael was very nice to me. My first time there, but it was terrifying joining a cast that had been together for so long, and I felt like the new kid in school, and like who was going to like me, who was going to hang out with me. But everyone was lovely, and it took me a while to kind of get into the flow of Kara Kent, and I wanted to make the fans happy. It was the first time they were seeing that character on TV. She had only been in the movie in 1984, so there was a lot of pressure, like it was for everybody, but yeah. It took me a while to relax into it, but I didn't get fired, guys. Thanks, finally. I love you too.
Let's cue up a walk down memory lane, the 2 photos that we sit in. These are some great moments here from the show.
What?
Our AV team, can we cue up the side by side?
Great moments from the show.
Rosenbaum, do you remember taking this shot?
I do remember taking that shot. That was really fun. We were comparing chests. Tom had a bigger chest than I did, but I worked very hard.
Yes, you did. You still got a little bit of roll around the middle, though.
I do. I got it where I'm almost 50. It happens.
I'm 77.
Wow, you look good. You look good for 77.
Yeah, thank you, Michael.
Yeah. I mean, you look damn good.
I wish we could say the same about you, Michael.
Smart ass.
There's some really interesting challenges to your characters in general, but I want to highlight a few moments when it really gave you guys an opportunity to stretch. John, starting with that scene with your head shave we just saw. Talk about going in there and getting the locks cut off.
Whose idea was that, by the way?
That was my idea. Yeah, I went to Miles was the English one who went to the he was hopped on the hair trailer. I say I knew you were going to put me in jail, and if you film it, I'll shave my hair. I'm willing to shave my hair. And he sort of jumped up and down. He hit the ceiling of the trailer. He was jumping up and down so much. I think he liked the idea.
I think he liked it, yeah.
And I also suggested that you kill me at the end, really to push you over the edge. And then you pushed me over the edge.
I pushed you over the edge. Yes, that was a highlight.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, pushed you over the edge, didn't it?
You did.
Yeah.
Pushed Lex over the edge. That was the turning point
For
when
Lex.
he pushed you out the window. That was it.
Yeah.
That
He
was
killed his father, friends. He killed his father.
You killed my mother.
And
I
Tom,
wooed. No, did
you
I?
really,
Didn't
I
he kill
didn't
my mother?
know
I think
that.
he killed her, or had her killed or something.
You know,
your grandparents were killed by John. You killed your parents, John, yeah, for rent money.
when I got killed, so how could I have killed him if I'm already dead?
When you were younger and more.
Did I have a twin brother or something?
When you were younger, you killed her.
That's an easy way out. An easy way out. You know, Laura started on season 7. I think they killed me on season 7. And you know how I found out? By a driver. Yeah.
Yeah, hey,
you know,
John,
they do
looks
these-
like you're gonna die tonight.
Producers didn't tell you in advance?
No. They found out that they do these drives where they go look at locations and everything, and they were talking about it in front of, because the guy was driving, and they were talking about me being killed. And so the driver just comes and said, "What do you feel about that, John?" So I didn't know.
He just lets you out. All right, here it is, a big apartment building.
I knew I was dead, but that made me work even harder.
We really did have such a great crew. Our number one camera operator, JD, he was so awesome. And I did the scene with Kristen where Clark and Lana break up, and it was like the second take, and they say cut. We we regroup, and I look over, and the camera operator's like, I'm like, JD, you all right? He goes, you guys are breaking up? And I'm like, you don't read the scripts? Which is a stupid idea. Why does a camera operator have to read the script? He goes, no, but I mean, are you going to get back together? I was like, I don't know. But he had to compose himself. He was such a beautiful man.
He was. I love JD.
He's still alive. I mean, but
Yeah.
So Tom, you really got a lot of praise, and deservedly so, when you portrayed Lionel in Transference. Can you talk about picking up those little ticks on the tape and what you wanted to bring to that episode?
Well, it was fun because, Clark doesn't, do much. He kind of stands there a lot of the time. There's not a lot of mannerisms or things he does.
You don't need to do anything.
And John is so fluid and he's so interesting and there's movements, and I kind of realized that if I could capture 2 or 3 things that he does, that when we switch bodies, I could establish those things right away so that the audience goes, oh, I recognize that. Plus, there's such a confidence and elegance that he has. I had to really dig deep for that. But it was my favorite episode because I got to do so much and it was so interesting.
And I, on the other hand, because I started seeing these little things that I did that he was doing, and I thought, oh my God, he knows how to play me. and Tom, because of just who he is and what he looks like and everything, didn't really have to do anything for everybody to look at him all the time. So I don't have that going for me. So I had no mannerisms. And I was very uncomfortable. I I was very jealous of you because you had me and I didn't know how to have you.
Oh.
I didn't mean it that way. There are children here today. It's too soon.
Yes, it's too late. Too
Michael,
late.
when you got dumped by the bride and left on the island, that had to be some difficult acting because you're mostly alone in the deserted island.
You didn't come in for 4 years. That was.
What happened? You got
I was on an
dumped
island,
island?
and
When were you on the island?
Oh yeah.
season
island?
3 or 4, season 3.
All
I
sunburned.
go crazy. I was on an island fighting myself, right? And I just, you guys remember that? And I was going insane. They just wanted me to go crazy, and I did that.
Was that? Didn't you have a story about somebody breaking into your car around that time, like when the character, that was a great time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Somebody,
paranoia.
I had a van, and I was across my apartment building. I wake up to the alarm going off, and it's season 3, so I'm going crazy. My character's going crazy. It's just intense, and my alarm goes off at like 5:30 in the morning, and I run out there with this, what do you call it, for like a
Crowbar? Broom?
no, like you hang laundry on, like a
Clothes hanger?
clothes hanger, like a big wooden beam. And I went out there, and this guy was in my effing van. He was broke in my van. I was like, "Get out of my van! I'm gonna kill you!" And I'm swinging this thing, and my buddy was with me because he was crashing there with his girlfriend. And he goes, "Dude, don't hit him, man! Don't hit him! He broke into my van, man!" And I'm just sitting there like, yeah. And the cops ended up coming, and they said, "Did you see him break into your van, sir?" I go, "No, but he was in my effing van. He obviously, did you see him break into your van, sir?" I go, "No, yeah, I saw him. I saw him break into," and then they arrested him.
There's so many great stories like that coming up tonight. I don't know if you guys have been monitoring your Instagram feeds with all the posts, but there's a special thing Tom and Mike do called Smallville Nights. It's available online. You can buy it here at multiple vendor locations throughout the building.
I
But Tom and
highly
Michael-
recommend you do not bring your children. And if you do,
Yes.
that's on you.
That's on you. It's a lot of fun.
I came once. They mean it. Don't bring your children. It gets a little raunchy.
Find somebody. It's find a cosplay guy or a stormtrooper to watch your kids. I'm sure they're very reliable people. But yeah, the kids, it's not good. Unless they're really small, they don't understand.
Can we pop up the last photo? The legacy of Smallville is so wonderful and so meaningful to so many fans. We have an artist that has done a special Smallville LACC print here. You've got the Fortress of Solitude, the Kent Farm, and the Daily Planet. There's going to be some at Legion M. There's going to be some over there at H52 at the booth. We're going to have the cast get some of these as gifts. And if you haven't read the Hollywood Reporter's retrospective, all these folks and more, Annette, John Schneider, the creators, they all contributed. It's a beautiful read. It's a beautiful cast we have here, and they're so glad to spend their Saturday and Sunday with you. Thank you guys for coming out here. We're going to keep the schedule.
You guys, thank you. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Smallville forever. Turn around. Everybody raise your hands for the class photo here.
He wants a picture of himself.
Hey, sorry guys.
Sorry about that.
Thank you.